My ops are trying to plot, but they will never win. And I'm behind the cross, and you will never find me. I'm on a mountaintop, I'm 20 steps ahead of them. All you fakes and all you phonies, you could get behind me.
Alright, just wanted to do a follow-up video after I did put the 1.25" leveling kit on with the diff drop and the tires came in. Let you guys see what it looks like with the new Ridge grapplers. Just so you guys can get an idea, 265 being the same width as the old Duratrax that were on. The old Duratrax were 265, 65 17s. These are 265, 70 17s. So they're just a little bit taller, but obviously these are a hybrid tire. You know, I do a lot of road traveling highways here, so in fact we went to Salt Lake and back today. It thing rode like a dream. A lot less road noise than the Duratrax. I know my Duratrax are getting older and probably getting a little louder, but these things so far brand new have been amazing. The cool thing was I was worried about the alignment being out of place since I did the 1.25" leveling kit and the differential drop, but I can tell you it was really cool to go into a shop, put it on the machine, and the guy say your alignment's perfect. Literally everything. I didn't have to do anything with the alignment, but you always want to check because, like I said, you did go down and make some changes in the suspension. I do notice with the 1.25" leveling kit that it's a little stiffer ride. Updated video, just letting you guys know what when you do 1.25" leveling kit, 1" diff drop by Peak Suspension, you're probably looking at just under, you know, a couple $100 to get it done. Obviously I needed new tires, and this was the most efficient way, and this way kind of lets me see how these perform before, if I do decide to go a little bit wider, 285 70 17s, or I may try 275 next time. We'll see how much flex off-road we're gonna do. Okay, another mod, this battery upgrade that I did. I'm not sure if you can do it for the V6. I don't see why not, but with having off-road lights and starting the diesel in cold weather, I wanted to make sure I had a pretty good battery. So what I did is I switched over to the AGM31 group battery, which is basically like a small RV battery, and went with this Sasquatch. It's actually, it hooks up under here, underneath, and then you got the bolt that goes down to hold the battery in. Definitely takes up more room than the original battery. And one of the things, when I bought this battery, I had to put one of these on to offset this off that way a little bit more, because your main negative wire, I don't know why that's, I think that just swivels. The main negative wire is really tight if you have to take this and put it on here. So it's just a way to give that that wire lead there for the negative a little bit more room. And even though this swivels a little bit, it's meant to swivel, but it's tight onto the post, and it's tight on that post. I mean, these are pretty nice because they wire very simple. All the instructions there to take your wires that you had in that plastic box that comes stock with the ZR2, and everything has nice grooves for all the wiring. Like I said, I got a lot of wire protectors for my off-road lighting, and this trigger 6-shooter, I actually just mounted this and took the zip ties down, tried to make it a little cleaner. Used one of the mounts that they provided for a Toyota and kind of got it in a corner where it was going to fit, you know, with the bigger battery, and where it's kind of out of the way, can still refill my wiper fluid, and keep kind of extra wiring down below. Now these are going to be, as you can see, these are 4 extra leads that I can plug into to wire other lighting, additional lighting. But one of the things that I wanted to mention about this is, obviously, when I buy those second ditch lights from Diode Dynamics, you can see that on out of all 6 of these, you got 30 amp fuses in these 2. This is where I'm running the SS3s. They do use a lot of power compared to the little ditch lights I'm getting. And maybe if you got a ditch light that uses very, very little power for like backlighting or something, you have a 5 or 2 5s and 2 10s here. So what I'm probably going to do is run the new little lights off of one of these 10s and maybe the auxiliary backlighting switch on a 5. But the nice thing is it gives you options, and honestly, I like this because you're not going through the firewall with all these wires. To me, it makes a lot of sense. But not even sure if you could replace these with bigger fuses. So, you know, if you're running something with more power, all I know, it's doing what I want it to do. Never had a problem connecting to the thing. Lights have worked. I've had this for at least 2 years almost, and it's never failed me. Had to replace the battery in the controller remote, which I mounted here on the back there. There's a couple batteries, kind of like a watch battery. But nice thing is you can turn the lights on manually from here, or use the switch, and it's magnetic. That's the truck after doing the 1 1/4 inch leveling kit, the diff drop, and the new tires, which are a little bit taller, but the same width. I didn't feel like it was necessary that I had to go with wider. If I'd have went with the BDS, I probably would have went with 285 7017s anyway. You start putting a BDS on here, and you know, it's a mid-sized truck. If I wanted a truck with 35s, probably buy a half ton, or you know, full-size truck. But it's a mid-sized truck, and I think these tires work out really nice. We'll see how they do off-road. Like I said, I still wanted to leave some room for flex, and yeah, I think it's gonna work out well. Definitely happy with the tread pattern, the looks, and we'll see how the performance goes. I'll keep you guys updated.
My ops are trying to plot, but they will never win. And I'm behind the cross, and you will never find me. I'm on a mountaintop, I'm 20 steps ahead of them. All you fakes and all you phonies, you could get behind me. Get behind